I remember at a glitch, I think it was the maybe glitch 8.5 or whatever the Pokemon was. Oh, missing no. There was a time where one of our players had a side bet, or just had some extra money, we'll say, actually, and just gave it to Light out of nowhere. It was like $100, and Zinoto just looked at him and like, excuse me, and just went off for like 10 minutes. Now, unfortunately for Zinoto, such a nice guy, has to deal with a problem. He has to fight up against Pac-Man, which is an atrocious matchup.
Yeah, and you know, he's been able to still maintain his consistency. He just recently got 33rd, I believe, at main stage and 17th at glitch. So, you know, even though during this Wi-Fi era, he has still remained in practice, but playing against the 6Master, this is a Pac-Man player that has been able to put in a lot of work. He's already starting things off, even though Zinoto just jumping in his face, getting that grab, and already sending him off the stage.
And one of the biggest things about this matchup is that Banana gets semi-invalidated. You don't get to get that set play because Pac-Man loves playing to the clock. So if you're trying to get them to move forward, they don't need to. They don't have to care about that. And that out of shield frame data is so good at boxing with Diddy Kong. It prevents him from finding those monkey flips easy. So Zinoto has to be careful about pushing too hard as he's getting smacked up right there. Has a small lead here, Vicky, but it's not a very large one. You got to make sure you win on this ledge trap.
Especially when it comes to Pac-Man here, too. You want to be able to still keep Pac-Man at bay. You have the hydrant that you have to worry about. You saw him toss the orange into the water, but look at that. Zinoto unfazed. You say top 5 human. The patience that Zinoto has always had. He looks at you, he waits for you to do an action, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to be able to punish you for that. And with this lead, you see him holding shield more. He had the banana at hand at first, but you can see how tricky this fire hydrant has been, despite it now being on the top of the platform. The 6Master, he's been trying to make some cheeky plays happen.
6Master's trying to cheat. Like, actually, like, watching the way that Bella's been flying, like, a lot of people get hit in those situations. Don't hang out by ledge too much here. Now you got to watch out for Bella and shield. The Z drop was so good because that forces you to keep shield up in that spot. You always have to take the grab, but that's the best thing that Zinoto could have taken there.
Yeah, way better to get that or to take that rather than to get stunned, especially at this percent that Zinoto is still living from. 165, now 174 after a hit. He keeps getting punished for trying to monkey flip with this high recovery, but it's because he's dodging the fire hydrant here. You see that 6Master has already got this set up by the ledge.
Yeah, and the hard part for Pac-Man at higher percents is it can be hard to find a stray kill because you have to find things like that back here. Now, for Zinoto, you just let him chill at the ledge because if you challenge Pac-Man at the ledge like that, that's a free 70 you just took with that Galaga.
Exactly, and that's why he's been able to use, oh, that actually was a double-edged sword right there. I don't think he intended to actually get right there, maybe try to DI towards a ledge for ledge invincibility, but the fire hydrant.
I think part of it might have been because the trampoline's in the way, you're forced to jump over that, so in trying to get into stage position, you already snap ledge, you could buffer roll back on, get underneath that that trampoline, and go back to where that fire hydrant was. So it was one of those moments where 6Master said, I just don't want you to hit me now, so let me back off really quick.
That was the insurance policy right there coming through. Another high recovery, just going to try to mix up the landing, puts down the fire hydrant as a makeshift wall. And now with the Galaga that you were talking about, just trying to get something started here. You talk about a lot of the damage that comes out from those screens, but look at the way that Zinoto's playing this. Knowing that he has the lead, he isn't playing overly aggressive. He's just trying to punish 6Master for doing these options here. And he knows that 6Master is getting a little overzealous. He's trying to get right into Zinoto's face, and Zinoto has no issue with that.
And that's how you let Diddy Kong win, because not only you don't need just banana, but a plus 130 gets a little bit hard for Diddy Kong to actually confirm a KO because you start falling out of down tilt to up smash ranges. But for Zinoto, he's keeping it simple, just going for simple things like those back airs, now forcing him into a ledge shot. The F tilt does hit below ledge now, so you have to watch out for that, especially with how high this is. You don't have ledge invincibility, but that fair just finds the mark.
Doesn't even let him get that ledge invincibility. Can't even get there in the first place.
This is mine.
Yeah, Zinoto's like, this is my stage here, 53%. Still, I'm seeing here that 6Master has been able to punish off of those monkey flips that Zinoto's been doing, but because he's feeling a lot of that pressure, he can't really extend past that. Now you can see Zinoto getting some of that momentum, does have banana in hand, just trying to keep 6Master at bay.
And the best thing, like the most difficult thing to have to accept in this matchup for a Diddy Kong player is you actually need to play to the clock. You have to actually play passive, because if you run up too much, you get hit out of shield a lot. The fact that he got that nair right there is actually huge. Now the damage is starting to rack up, Vicky. It's going to be a lot harder for 6Master to play like back. You do have that forward smash, but finding that hit is going to be hard because of how evasive Diddy Kong is.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to play that patient Pac-Man game where you're going to want to force the opponent to approach you, but at this point, Zinoto having the lead, he doesn't even need to worry about that. The orange beating the banana, showing that potassium is not the only way. And now being able to try to get back towards the ledge, mixing it up, manages to get back onto the stage, but this is where Zinoto was able to take 6Master stock. Again, the up smash, the scoop, covering not only the jump, but the neutral get up too here. And in that situation, Zinoto, you can see, feeling extremely confident. He knew in that moment that when he started playing patiently, it was as if he opened things up strong, saw the situation, then changed pace, and that forced the readaptation coming in from 6Master, who unfortunately couldn't really get any momentum started on his side despite that first stock.
You know what's crazy about this matchup that I just realized is kind of just weird in general? This matchup is like having your parents tell you really need to eat your fruits throughout the day, but it's the most violent fruits you could ever get. I don't want that banana. I do not want that lemon. I do not want those oranges. I don't want that apple. Why are you trying to feed this to me? All it does is hurt me.
I'm going to
Please,
call it
thank you.
Wiggles. This is not the fruit salad I asked for here. Gotta go to game number 2 now, Zinoto.
Ooh,
All
okay,
right.
so the counter pick here to Kalos does open up the fact that you have the FT style layout, which is very good for Diddy Kong, as well as the fact that he can camp a bit. But it also gives more survivability to Pac-Man, which Diddy Kong does struggle to kill at later percents, like we mentioned before. It can be hard to find it. So you have plenty of room to work with. You have a lot. This counter pick basically says, once again, my defense is going to be stronger. I'm going to beat you on whiff punish. But Zinoto so far has been the one that actually has been winning out on those situations.
And still doing it too. Again, this is very similar to how game number 1 played, how both players shielding the fruits that are just hurtling in their direction. Food fight here, but you can see with a lot more space like you were talking about, 6Master wants to try to keep Zinoto at bay, more so play a lot more patiently and play more keep away, but Zinoto did not let that happen in the first game, so that's exactly why 6Master wanted to take it here.
Exactly. Like, you get to that point where you're forced to box. You eventually have to fight up close. And for Pac-Man, you want that forward smash off of a trip, but you also can get things like that down or off stage off of a really misplaced monkey flip. So trying to force that is kind of hard, but the way that like Zinoto is playing around, kind of chilling, does have a small deficit here. He's playing very safe, but that just missed. Multiple in a very scary spot. That's a lot of stuns on deck.
Oh yeah, he just held it so slightly, but the way that he was able to still come back, amazing DI though from 6Master. He is still alive, but for how long? You see Zinoto waiting by the ledge, maybe was looking for an opportunity to either do a fastball fair or even a down air, a lingering down air, but you have the walls, and that's another reason why we see the stage, but he just covers every option. There is nowhere safe for you when you are at a disadvantage against Zinoto by the ledge
all
there.
that came off the fact that Zinoto started recognizing that 6Master has a very hefty jump habit from ledge. It happened a lot in the first game, but nothing really happened too much, so I didn't really point it out. But in this second game, Zinoto has punished it twice, which forces you to go low. You set up that ledge trap the way he did, and then that explosion to ledge was just so smart. Now you're super scared because you don't want to fight him off stage either, because you were already having trouble trying to get him in center stage. Making it's not looking too good right now for 6Master.
Yeah, and then you look exactly where he's positioned too. He does manage to use that nair to send Zinoto back, but because of the monkey flip, he's now repositioned, but the bell actually ends the forward smash. Unfortunately, slightly missing, but an air dodge here. Maybe an opportunity, and it is. The down air, you got to take advantage of that. Unfortunately, Zinoto put himself in that position, but with 6Master taking advantage, this is very close here. 58-0%, but still 2 stocks apiece. And now he's been able to build up that wall again with the fire hydrant.
Exactly, and you saw how Zinoto respected the Galaga once again. That's win condition. I'm at 64. You're at 64. I'm at 0, but that disappears the moment I walk up on you. So don't bother to do that. Now you have to worry about this ledge once again. Which good, actually, that was a really good adjustment because before he kept jumping. Now, you caught onto my jumps. I'm going to wall jump, which changes up the timing. That might not work again for a little while, but that's a good way to mix things up.
Yeah, and again, highlights why you wanted to go to this stage in particular. You got the wall jump. You have the ability to mix up your approach towards the ledge, and still now trying to turn this around, but the dash attack into the up air is going to still keep 6Master up in the air, but now 6Master's playing a lot more confident. You could see the way that he's trying to approach Zinoto up in the air. You saw Zinoto did punish him a lot for those type of approaches, but now the punish for trying to get rid of the hydrant. Not going to get the follow-up that he may have wanted there, but Zinoto answering back again with another fair.
And this is very smart too, because maybe not so much. Landing directly onto goodbye. We'll be seeing it. But there's still great job from Zinoto recognizing the small spots where he gets the windows to punish, because you can't overcommit on shield against Pac-Man. That's how they beat you. That's how you get a lot of damage. And now at a disadvantage, those jumps are getting called out left and right. Even with Banana, you do want to short hop a lot, but you have to be careful how much you do it. And 6Master just can't force Zinoto to the ledge. He's so good at playing passive right now in this matchup.
And the reason why he wasn't able to really take much off of the fire hydrant right there, you saw it act as a double-edged sword, but sitting on the edge of my seat, you saw the down air attempt. Does manage to get back. And again, the patience too, even though he's got the lead, he knows that any opportunity is there. A great follow from 6Master, but it's not going to be enough to carry Zinoto off to the side blast zone.
That was such a good mix-up right there, because you assume that the backer is going to come at that point, or off of an air dodge, so you just get away with it for free, and then you go and mix it up with that side view. It's really good. Now Zinoto standing at roll distance, like, look, fine, go ahead and do your wall jumps, that's fine. You can use your resources. I can still react to all options you choose. I'm up a stock. You have to approach me right now, as we are sub 3 minutes at this point.
Hey, you talk about the timer and how important it is in this matchup. Zinoto, unfazed, he's going all the way deep here. Still holding on to 2 stocks and gets the back air. Again, those high recoveries by the ledge just does not work out for 6Master. Nonetheless, a good adjustment for that second game. A lot better and taking full advantage of the wall jumps like you were saying too.
Yeah, when you get into a very common jump habit, especially against somebody like Diddy Kong, where they have really good ways to check you on that. You have that short hop fair, you have down